supposed to do my hair said she can't do my hair because it's snowing. Yeah, there's a snowstorm in Texas, but who cares? Like, I told her I would call Santa right now and ask him, can I borrow his sleigh? And I would still come to her. Like, girl, you just don't want to make no money. So I'm going to install my own wig.
If you're a hairstylist and you look like part-time, you could be an Instagram model. I'm not booking. Because I know I'm going to get that hey boo text. If your hairstylist looks like she wants to like be big on social media, yeah, you're going to get, hey boo, can you come tomorrow? And then the next day,
Unprofessional stylist. Of course I'm going to send you that hey boo text 30 minutes before your appointment. I'm an unprofessional stylist. Of course I overbook my whole day.
I'm an unprofessional stylist. Of course I'm going to eat while I'm doing hair.
I'm an unprofessional stylist. Of course I'm going to argue with my man. Girl, hold up. Man, where your ass at?
I'm an unprofessional stylist. Of course I get stuff from my coworkers without asking.
I'm an unprofessional stylist. Of course I leave my clients under the dryer while I talk on the phone in the car.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. If I happen to release this video on Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all that are mothers, mother figures, alternative mothers, them, all the things in between. Happy Mother's Day, and I hope you have an amazing Mother's Day. But listen, I know I had to come to y'all with these unprofessional stylists, whether it be nail stylists, nail tips, nail stylists, hair stylists, wig stylists, whatever they're called. That's like that's been the ongoing trend. You know, I like to visit those talk of the tick and see what's trending, see what's going on when it comes to beauty. I love to get into like the beauty drama situations. And I will tell you, you know, that rabbit hole is called the algorithm. That's what I figured out. I figured out that they figured out what I want to watch and they have taken me down the rabbit holes. And I try to stay off. I promise you, I try to stay off the TikTok because it's too much. But one of the things that I always end up going right back to is the unprofessional stylists and beauticians and the people that are asking you to come to them so they can provide you with a service so that you can pay them. And I think a lot of times they forget that the experience is a part of the service. And that's where unprofessionalism comes in. It's not even hard to be professional. It really isn't. When you have a business and you have clients, it's not hard. But you know, a lot of times that line gets blurred, whether it be that you've gone on Instagram, because now it ain't even how you used to find hairdressers like it was back in the day. You know, hairdressers have been passed down from like your mom, your grandma, and everybody in between. But now, you know, you got to go on Instagram, you got to go on booking sites, you got to go everywhere to find stylists. I know for myself, you know, I have an at home salon, but I have a separate entrance. I have a whole series of processes in order for you to come visit me, but I don't make it so hard. And once you become my regular, it is super simple. You text me and tell me what you need, and if I have time, you know, that's what it is. But I promise you, some of these Instagram girls, they have their whole stuff and it look like they're in a shop and everything. Then you get the hey boo text. You have paid your deposit, you have booked through their booking site, you get the hey boo text, and prayerfully the hey boo text is just saying where they live at. Then you find out they live in a very unsavory neighborhood where you look around and like you are in constant prayer. I promise you, I go to places and when it's a little questionable, I'm like, please Lord, let me make it out of here. And it's like you charge me luxury prices for a situation I have already driven into and I realize this ain't it. So I mean, when it comes to unprofessionalism, what do you consider unprofessional? I consider unprofessional when you're not giving me the service that I need. You're not talking to me in a way that's professional. You're not. It's just the common courtesies that tend to be unprofessional ones in service business. I mean, I'm not buying stocks from you. I'm getting my hair done. I'm getting my nails done. But I want you to treat me with a level of respect. I want you to treat me the way that my money speaks to you, right? But I think right now everything is like expedite. Everything is I just want to get you out of the way because I got something else going on. And I feel like that's how the new stylists are treating clients. You need to hurry up because I got somewhere to be tonight, or I got to be, you know, whatever. I got a hair appointment. And back in the day, it really wasn't like that. It really was you go to a salon, you're gonna be there all day. Now that was unprofessional. I can't say that they were more professional back in the day because you were sitting inside the salon all day. You were watching them eat their food. You were being kind of, you sometimes end up having to wash hair and sweep. So it wasn't that it was professional back in the day. I think it was just a series of processes and it's just a series that we expected, and you left out of there feeling good. You might have been there all day, but you knew you was gonna be there all day. You know what I mean? But as far as the way people are treating now, I think the price does not match the service. And we're gonna watch a couple of videos, and people gonna get into how it goes from professional to unprofessional to sketchy, and sometimes just scary. Honestly, when you are a service provider and you're doing services, especially at your home, you got to step it up a little bit. You got to step it up just a little bit more than the people that's in the shop, in my opinion. But we're gonna watch a couple of videos and see what people are going through, and I'm gonna cut in and give my opinion. But let's get in the comments and let's talk about what you expect based on your money. Think about it. You're going to get your nails done. They start at $100, right? If they start at $100, what do you expect? I at least expect you to be courteous, kind, and to listen. Listen to what I'm telling you. You ain't even got to talk to me. You don't even have to talk to me. I would appreciate you talking to me because at this point, $100, you are not my therapist, right? And I want to be comfortable. I want to enjoy the experience, and I want to be able to come back because if I feel kind of funny at first, I ain't coming back. It's not coming back. But client retention is everything to me as an old school stylist. But everybody don't feel like that. Everybody's like, half time they don't even want to see you again, and they'll let it be known. They will let it be known because they will put your issues and all the stuff on social media quick, fast, and in a hurry. So let's get into the video. All right. Y'all know I will talk to y'all forever. So let's get into the video, y'all.
Pero siempre yo dije a mí lo que me llamaba bastante.
Yeah, calm, like.
Mira, tan chiquito.
That's a lot of makeup.
What color are you? Mira por arriba.
That noise in the background was driving me crazy.
No, like.
My brain.
Yeah. No, I didn't do anything. I just washed my face. That's it.
Ya la tiene irritada de algo.
Sí, ya está.
Ya le tenía
sensible.
Is it burning really bad?
No, it's real good right now.
Is better?
Today I didn't use anything. I just washed my face with that thingy.
Did you get your eyebrows waxed? I don't know. I thought these were gonna help. These are the primers I use always, but.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do y'all consider that whole service unprofessional? First of all, that amount of makeup always intrigues me, and I'd be over here talking about, let me go see if I can do all this on my face, and I look like I'm casket ready. But anyway, I would consider that unprofessional a little bit. Let me tell you why. First of all, the noise in the background is one thing, right? The fact that you didn't use your finger, is that sanitary? Okay. And the fact that now you see that her skin is clearly irritated. Y'all can go back and look. Her skin is clearly irritated, and now you have blamed her for why her skin is irritated. How about did you do your eyebrows? She done went from her face is being irritated to did you wax your eyebrows? Now I know she might be trying to get to the source of the problem. However, how would you handle that if you were a makeup person, or if you were somebody getting your makeup and your face was starting to get irritated? How would you want your makeup artist to address you? Do you want them to be like, well, what did you do? And I couldn't have all that noise in the background. And then once I feel your finger touching, then I'm wondering, like, I don't know nothing about makeup. So when people start putting their hands in, ooh, my hands are dry. Once people start putting their hands on my face, I'm just wondering, like, I don't know if you're supposed to wear gloves. I don't know if you're supposed to be just straight brush. But I don't know. So do you consider that unprofessional? I mean, in my opinion, that was a little bit unprofessional, but I mean, I think I just want to go back to her because I'd be like, why you blaming me for my skin? You know, have something that's more sensitive for people because her skin clearly looked irritated before she even got done. But anyway, let's get into the video. Try to talk less.
If you're a black girl that likes to get her hair done, I need to know what you would do in this situation. So last Friday, I booked a hair appointment for yesterday, Saturday, to get a closure sew-in done. So on her booking site, it says that you have to drop off your lace however many days in advance. So literally within 5 minutes of me booking that appointment, I texted the girl. I said, hi, good evening. I just booked a closure sew-in appointment for next Saturday. What times do you have so I can come drop off the closure? Friday about 7:56 p.m. This girl did not text me back until the following week, Thursday. Red flag number 1. So on Thursday, she's like, oh, I can drop it off today or tomorrow. And then she's going to refund my full payment because I paid in full. And then I can rebook with only the deposit and then pay the rest, whatever. This is on Thursday. I'm like, okay, well, I get an email so I know when to rebook. Because if not, I'm just paying you twice for the same appointment, basically. Her next response is on Friday. She says, I'm going to get an email so I can rebook or whatever. And she never answered the question of when I can drop it off. Because I told her I worked until 5:30. So, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, when I can fit that into my schedule. She never texted me back. On Friday at 5 p.m. is when I say, hey, I didn't get the cancellation email. Never answered. The appointment's on Saturday. Saturday morning comes, I'm up because, hello, like, I need my hair done. Not even want, it's a need. And finally on Saturday morning at about 8:40, I get the cancellation email. So I text her and I say, is my payment going to be refunded? Because I'm not going to book another appointment and I'm paying you again and I still didn't get the refund from the first time. So I texted her that about 8:40. She didn't respond until 9:30. Showing like, okay, like, yeah, you're going to get your refund. 9:30 a.m. and my appointment's supposed to be at 10. To put it in perspective for like New York people, I live in White Plains, so this is in Harlem. I need time to like plan my commute and all that because like I can't fly there in 30 minutes. So at this time, I decided like, you clearly just have bad customer service, so I don't really want to go to you anymore. I've never been to her. I'm a new customer and like the work is good, so I was excited to get my hair done. So 10 o'clock comes around, like maybe like 10:15 actually, and she calls me twice and then she texts me like, hey, are you here?
What?
No, like, I'm not there. So I'm just a bit confused because like, why would I be there and your response times are poor, like poor communication. All this could have happened the whole entire week before. I'm talking about like, you could have planned this out so I would have been able to make it there on time, basically. Because from the time that she texted me at 9:30, I was never getting there for 10 o'clock. But yeah, I feel like I'm not wrong because I never rebooked the appointment again. Like, you're basically playing with my time. And as you can see, my hair is done. I did do my hair yesterday, just like not the way I like, so I have to fix it myself. But I'm just wondering, like, who taught y'all how to run a business? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it's shitty. Like, I think the funniest part is that I got an email this morning that I'm banned from booking. Why would I book you again? So I need to know, like, would you have booked the appointment again and went? Because I was not making it there on time. Just let me know what you guys would do.
Story time on how I was gonna get my hair done and the girl was hungover and she stopped doing my hair like mid-session. And I had a whole flight to catch the next night. So it was my sister's birthday weekend and that's who normally does my hair. But it was her birthday weekend, so we had to find somebody so that she could focus on doing her own hair. Found the girl on Instagram. Her work is nice. Like, I booked her for the passion twist. Her hair was included. Yeah, so hair was included with the style. So that won me over too. Like, I had to buy no hair. Okay, cool. Boom, DM'd her and she responded. I sent her my deposit and she booked me at 7 in the morning. That was crazy, but so the day of the appointment, I was there on time. Like, I was ready. So her message said to basically call when you're there and then she'll FaceTime you to walk you to where she lives at. Y'all, this girl was not responding for like 30, 45 minutes. I'm in the car like, my thing is, you got all these rules and regulations. Baby, why aren't you on time? I'm on time. Why aren't you on time? You didn't make sure to push the issue to let me know that I got to be on time. Like, you know, that's how hairstylists usually, you know, they got their policies. Okay, I'm following the policy. Answer your phone. She answered her phone probably like 30, 45 minutes
after I was already sitting outside her house. Like, I'm getting nervous. I'm texting her. I'm blowing her up. The whole nine. So she ends up calling me like, oh, she was asleep or whatever. FaceTime me and I can show you where to walk up to. So I FaceTimed her. Now she got me sitting outside for like 10 minutes. What are you doing? My appointment is at 7. It's damn near 8 o'clock in the morning now. And I'm standing outside your door. Oh, I called her like, hey, like, I'm at the door. She's like, oh, give me a minute. Just give me a minute. And I'm just like, this is why I don't go to other people. Like, this is why I stick with the people that I go to, because you finna piss me off. Okay, so she opened the door. And it's home base. Not a problem, though. That's nothing wrong with that. You go in her room, and she's, like, straightening up. Like, right on the bed, asleep. She just got her hoodie on. Like, it just was giving hella unprofessional. Like, mind you, I don't know this girl. So I can even get a, hey, how you doing? My apologies. Like, you know, I was asleep, I overslept, or whatever the case may be. So me being me, when I walked in, I'm peeping her just cleaning up and not really, like, communicating with me or, like, saying anything to me. I'm like, oh, you young and turned, huh? Like, you went out last night or something? She tells me she went to First Friday with her friend. They was drinking, they was lit, whatever. Okay, that's not a problem. But the problem is, baby, you know you had work tomorrow. Work. I'm just sitting there for now like 30 minutes. And she's just like going back and forth from her room where I'm sitting at to the bathroom. She has the bathroom in her room. So she's going from right here to me to going to the bathroom. I'm just sitting there like trying not to get irritated. I'm already kind of frustrated, but you know when you just want your hair done? So just like, y'all, this little girl had a whole hangover. Like, she keep going to the bathroom. I'm like, are you okay? Like, you good? And she like, yeah, my stomach hurt. Her stomach hurt. And I'm just sitting in the chair like, I need my hair done. That's really all I was caring about. Like, I need my hair done. I leave tomorrow. Like, I don't have time for this. And mind you, it's my sister's birthday. Like, this vacation we were going on was for her birthday. Like, I didn't want to call her with the troubles, but we gonna get there. So she was in the bathroom for how long, and then she started my hair when she came back out, and she probably put like 3 twists in. So she put the 3 twists in, and then she goes back to the bathroom. So then she ended up texting me while she was in the bathroom like, oh, I ran out of hair. My mom finna go to the beauty supply to get the hair. So I'm just like, huh? Like, what's going on around here? Oh, now this is taking a whole nother hour. I'm still just in the chair. I'm on my phone. I think I was scrolling on TikTok, just not trying to text my friends, not trying to, like, you know, get too hyped up, because I will get hyped and irritated. Man, when her mom finally get there with the hair, she's separating the hair, and I think she probably put like 3 or 4 more. She runs back to the bathroom. She ended up texting me like she had apologized and she was gonna take off some money for the style or whatever, and she just don't feel good. Like, she has a hangover. She's literally just in the bathroom, y'all. See the girl for like a minute. Then her mom just came in like, hey, ma'am. So she like, excuse me, ma'am. Yeah, my daughter's not gonna be able to finish her hair. Huh? I said, oh no, I have a whole flight to catch tomorrow. And, yeah, so maybe I can just come back later or something. But, like, I need my hair done. Like, her mom tells me, well, I'm getting ready to take her to the doctor because, we think she might have alcohol poisoning. Man, lady, I said no disrespect, moms, but this is hella unprofessional. This shit is fucking crazy right now. Like, your daughter needs to come back here and do my hair. Like, oh my gosh. Her mom starts asking me like, oh, what time's your flight? I'm like, it's tomorrow night. But that's besides the point. Like, I'm trying to make it work so I could just come back later. Like, her mama asking me like, well, did you drive here? Like, we'll pay to get you a Lyft or Uber. Moms, I got a car. I drove. that's besides the point though. Like, I'm trying to figure it out where I can just probably come back. And she like, oh, well, she has work at 5. Maybe I can ask her if she wants to, if she could just call off. And it just, y'all.
Okay, so let me apologize if y'all hear noise, because that's when my neighbors choose the worst times to cut grass. This fool ain't never cut grass before on a weekend ever in his life, and all of a sudden today is when he want to do it. So I pray that y'all cannot hear what's going on outside my window. Anywho, listen, it was too many red flags right there. And then at the same time, what I don't understand about y'all stylists, y'all unprofessional stylists, and yes, I'm saying y'all because that ain't me, honey. What I don't understand is if you know that you got to go to work tomorrow, you got hell to do. What made you think that you could go out the night before, get pissy drunk with your homegirl on the bed? And it, what? That's called irresponsible. Forget unprofessional. You are not only unprofessional, you are irresponsible. And that's what I do not understand. If you know you got a weekend of party, don't make no appointments. Or if you know you got appointments, don't go out. Like, you have to pick your poison. You can't be doing hair because people depend. You think people book appointments with you because they ain't got nothing else to do? I'm wondering, because the majority of people that book appointments with me, they got things that they got going on. My time is precious, just like their time is precious. I'm getting irritated. Like, I'm getting irritated. That ain't even me, because I can't even, like, I ain't even mad at her for saying, well, is she gonna be all right later? Because what? But then again, too, listen, clients, I need y'all to understand, do not book appointments so close to your flights and all that stuff, because you do not know what may happen. I know you want your hair fresh. I know you want your nails fresh. 3 days before is not wrong, because then you could get somebody else to do whatever they cannot finish, because Lord forbid this is ever your situation. So yeah, I mean, just cancel me. Just cancel me. If you're on your way from the club, cancel me. Okay, the fact that your homegirl is on the bed, first of all, I want to walk into your room. That's stuff that we used to do in high school when we were doing each other's hair, where, you know, we'll meet up at each other's house, and, you know, I might have to take you for lunch because you ain't got no car, but you gonna do my hair for hair. It's a hair for health thing, you know, or a hair for nail thing. But what? I booked you on a booking site and you got me in your room? Let's get into the next video, y'all. Let's get into the next video. And like I said, if y'all hear some noise on the outside, just know that my neighbors have lost their mind and decided to cut their grass all of a sudden. You ain't been cutting grass. I mean, anyway,
I've never left a hair salon feeling like shit. Ever left a hair salon feeling like this or looking like this. So I go to this hair salon. I book a hair salon appointment for 2 p.m. I get there at 1:50. This is what I booked. I booked a sew-in takedown, which came with a wash and a blow dry. And I also did an add-on to trim my ends. Mind you, I desperately needed to remove my sew-in. As I'm walking by the salon suite, mind you, she is the salon suite owner. I'm seeing someone in there in the chair. It looks like she's about to get her track sewed on. And I'm like, there's no way that's her. So I knock on the door, and she comes out of that suite, and she opens the door. She said, I'll be right with you. So me in my head, I'm like, it's almost 2 o'clock. So I'm like, all right, let me just sit down. Maybe she's running late. Maybe she'll come out and say, you know, whatever. So I sit there, and it's like, okay, 2:10, 2:15, 2:30, still nothing. She's not saying anything. I'm hungry. So then I knock on the door, and I said, hey, I'm gonna grab something to eat, and I'll be back. And the reason I didn't leave was because I had nothing else to do. So I'm like, okay, maybe she's just running behind, whatever. Let me go get some food. I come back, and maybe she'll be done. So sure, I went, I got some food, got back, and the client left. So now it's my turn. Now I'm sitting. She gets me in the room. She sits me on the seat, and then she asked me, are you tender-headed? I said, yes. So then she's now unbraiding, taking out the sew-in, and she is rushing through my hair, and she's like, oh, sorry babe, sorry babe, sorry babe. And she then tells the girl at the front desk, oh, call so-and-so, tell her that you know, she's gonna be charged $30 because she just missed her appointment. She takes me to the bowl. She says, I'm gonna put this treatment for your scalp, and I'm gonna you know, it's gonna help clean your scalp. It's like it had this minty sensation. So she's, I'm gonna leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes. I said, all right, cool. So she puts it on my scalp and then she leaves. 20 minutes goes by. If you have a sensitive scalp like me, that thing, like, it's very cold, okay? And it started to be very uncomfortable. So I'm sitting there at the sink, and to the left of me, there's a hairstylist as well. She just finished washing 2 people's hair, 2 of them. And I'm still sitting there. I then ask her, can you please get my hairstylist? This thing is getting uncomfortable. So then she goes, she calls the assistant lady. The assistant then tells the hairstylist. Then the hairstylist is supposed to do my hair. She tells the front desk girl to come and wash out the treatment, the scalp treatment. This girl then comes and washes my hair. But mind you, this front desk lady, you can tell she has no experience with hair. So she's washing my hair, and then she asks me, did I get all the product out? I'm like, I have thick hair. I don't know. So I literally had to roll up my sleeves and literally just try to like wash it out myself. At that point, I'm so upset. But I'm just like, man, at least let me. At this point, I gotten this far. I might as well just finish it. So I sit there and I wait another 10 minutes. Mind you, the time the actual hairstylist left me in that bowl with that treatment to the time she finally eventually came was 30-minute time span. Keeping myself calm. She then comes, she comes in like she's running. Oh, okay. So then she does the shampoo wash, and then she puts the conditioner. Then all of a sudden I see her put a steam. I didn't ask for a steam. I didn't pay for a steam. That's not what I paid for. But I'm just like, okay, maybe she's trying to make up for being late. Whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. She puts me in the steam, and I'm sitting there. And as I'm sitting there, I want to cry. Because I'm... I'm like, I've never had service like this. I don't feel like I'm being valued as a customer. I feel very disrespected. Mind you, I got there at 2 p.m. At this point, it's already 5 p.m. 5 p.m. for a what? A sew takedown and a trim. And the sew takedown involved a wash, which I understand. So within a time span, maybe an hour and a half, max. And eventually I'm sitting there and I'm getting upset. Like, I'm actually crying at this point. Like, my eyes are getting watery because I'm so mad. So then I tell the girl, the girl at the front desk, she was bringing the towels and organizing the towels. I asked her, can you please just wash this off my head? She was like, hold on, let me go ask her, because, you know, that's her boss. She asked the lady, and the lady, I guess, tells her, yeah, go ahead, wash it off. So the girl washes it off my head. And I asked the girl, I said, listen, am I tripping? Like, if somebody, this is my first time here, if somebody makes an appointment at 2 o'clock, right? Like, when is the start time? And she's like, oh, you know, sometimes the stylist likes to book the appointments super close to one another and this and that. And I'm just like, okay. The girl at the front desk, you can tell, I can tell from her eyes, like, she felt bad. And she then offered me, she's like, do you want some water or anything? I'm like, no, I'm okay, thank you. I then grab my stuff and I go, leaving like this. Wow. Mind you, I paid my deposit. I got there 10 minutes early. I waited. By the time I got onto the seat, by the time I left, it was already 5 p.m. And she still didn't finish washing my hair. She didn't blow dry it. She didn't trim it. So what time was I gonna leave? And then the one person that she was saying that missed her appointment, at what time was, like, it's not adding up to me. And I don't know. I've never had, like I said, I've never had this type of experience before. Anyways, that was my day today.
Oh my gosh, now that makes me feel bad, because she's right. You're calling the other person to tell them that they're late and you're going to charge them. So you would have never got to them, and you're already 3 hours late, ma'am. That is terrible. See, those type of situations are terrible. I mean, you have taken 3 hours of this lady today to do nothing, absolutely nothing. That's also irresponsible. So now we have moved from the realm of unprofessional to irresponsible, inconsiderate, negligent, because you got somebody that can't even wash this girl's hair, and she's got to wash her own hair, but I paid you. I'm wondering how that story ended. Just know that these creators, I try to leave their names on the screen so that you guys can go back to their channels and see how the story went, see how it progressed, because I'm now curious to see what ended up happening. This girl's hair looks like it's still wet, so she left with a wet head and like emotional trauma based. You know what? Let's just watch the next video, because no, y'all got to do better, stylists. Y'all really do. Stop booking like that. And then how you gonna charge somebody for being late? You need to call the girl and say, listen, you know what, you late, but guess what? My bad. I don't even think I can fit you in today. You should have been called her when you was 5 people 3 hours in, because you knew you was 3 hours in 3 hours ago. So anyway, that's just my opinion. These videos actually made me upset, and that's why it's important for me now to sit down and talk to y'all, so y'all can see how I be feeling while I watch these videos. Because before I just do the videos and talk in the background, but I be pissed off. I be pissed for y'all, because this is why I don't go get my hair done, because I don't have a whole day to spend with you. I don't know what your attitude gonna be. I don't know what anything's gonna be. So no. So let's get to the next video, y'all.
Hey y'all, I look crazy because the wind is blowing my hair. But let me tell y'all what just happened, and y'all let me know if I'm tripping. So I initially had booked Skylar a braid appointment with a braiding shop because her current braider is out on maternity leave. And Skylar is about to be 10 in like a couple of days, y'all. And she want big girl braids. She want cornrows. She want the big girl stuff. So I pre-booked an appointment with a braider, well, a braid salon. Now, I booked it for Friday. I know that we're supposed to get some type of snow or snow flurries in Atlanta on Friday. But again, I'm from here. I ain't seen no snow since that snowmageddon we had where everything was iced over, yada, yada, yada. So my whole thing is, if you know you don't want to work on that day, close your books. Close your books. If you got them open, if you know you don't want to work on that day and you're watching the Weather Channel, close your books down on Fridays and Saturday because of what's going on. So I booked the appointment, paid my deposit. I guess somebody reaches out to me via text today and they're like, hey, this is such and such. It's supposed to snow on Friday. You texting me that is making me feel like you're trying to cancel or reschedule. So I'm texting her like, well, that's the only day I have available to get my daughter's hair done and drop her off and pay or whatever. If you're basically trying to change the appointment day, can you do tomorrow at this time? Can you do today at this time? No availability. So I'm like, okay, well, I need it done before Saturday. So what do you want me to do? We're going back and forth trying to, rearrange schedules, and she stops responding. So I take it upon myself to call my braider, Kimari. She don't do kids, but I'm like, look, I really need my daughter's hair braided. I really need you, girl. So I hit her up like, can you do Skylar's hair instead of, trying to book for Friday, even though she had availability Friday. I was like, I'll just book her for tomorrow. She said, yeah, I paid the deposit. Now she booked. So I text the place that I had previously booked, and I'm like, hey, you could just go ahead and cancel my appointment as a whole and send me my deposit back. We found somebody that's going to accommodate us. So the lady responds, and she's like, oh, we were never trying to cancel your appointment. I was just letting you know it's an option about Friday. If I booked for Friday, why are you reaching out to me telling me that there's an option for me to reschedule because of the snow? I watch the Weather Channel. I know what's going on. And I guess she mad because she didn't respond no more. And I'm probably going to have to dispute my deposit because, you know how Atlanta girls like to play. And that's why I pay for everything with my card. But the reason why I'm making this video is like, this is why I typically just stick to the same... This is why I typically just stick to the same stylist, because my stylist is doing hair, sleet, snow, tornado. They gonna get that money. As long as you're okay with coming, they gonna get that money. And they not gonna play with your deposit. They not gonna play with your time. I feel like hairstylists, when y'all reach out to me to do promo, want to do business together, you want me to be your client, you gotta have availability, and you can't cancel on me. I plan out my schedule, and most people do that. So if I take off this day to get my child or my daughter's hair, you cannot text me and be like, hey girl, do you want to come a different day because the weather look like it's gonna be snow flurries? That don't work for me. And honestly, the way I'm feeling this year, if I book a hairstylist and they are unprofessional, I am outing you on my platforms. Because Because I got a good following on all my pages. So, come correct.
I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. So, yeah, I booked an appointment to get a silk press on Monday or Tuesday. Okay? I found this lady on Instagram. The business is called Round Brush Salon in Katy, Texas. Address 25145 Star Lane, Suite 901. I spoke to Goldie. I guess that was the name. So I told her that I can do Friday or Saturday. She told me the appointment, so I chose Saturday. She gave me a few option times. The times I wanted, they were already taken. So she told me to come at 5 on Saturday. So I took my faux locks down last night. Now let me tell y'all something. A few things I don't play about. Hannah, my money, and my hair. Okay? Every person I have found to do my hair in Houston has sucked. The beauticians here suck. Except for one girl. One girl. I'm lying. One girl. The girl that did my quick weave. She was cool. So I'm headed to my appointment. I'm excited. I took my hair down yesterday. You know when you take faux locks down, it got the build up. So I had already combed out the build up. Now the lady had asked me, because the silk press, which they call it blowout, is $95 and up on natural hair. So she said, but it can go up depending on how much hair you got. Yeah, how much hair you got or something, she was saying. So she asked me how long my hair was. I told her. And she asked me if I had recently taken out any braids, faux locks, twists. I told her, yeah. I said, I got faux locks in. I said, but I'm taking them out the night before. So she booked me for Saturday at 5 p.m. Now, she did make a statement saying, when clients take out, she said something of the impression like, when you take out faux locks, hair has to be washed, detangled, and washed again. Okay, so I'm thinking that's their procedure. I'm like, that's weird. I ain't never heard of it. I ain't never seen it, but I guess they got to wash it, detangle it, and wash it again. It's just their procedure. Okay, I'm not thinking nothing of it. Get to the hair appointment, I'm excited. I'm like, I'm gonna get my silk press. I done had them faux locks in for 7 weeks. Like, I'm ready to see my hair, all that kind of stuff. I had my hair in 2 buns. I had took it down because they walked me to the bowl. It was a guy. Walked me to the bowl.
Keep pausing.
So he going through my hair. He was like, did you just take something out of your hair? I was like, yeah, I just took some faux locks out. He was like, normally she doesn't do your hair if you just took faux locks out. So I'm like, what you mean? I said, I told y'all that I was gonna take some faux locks out. He was like, yeah, it normally has to be washed and detangled. I said, oh, y'all wanted me to wash and detangle it? He was like, yeah. He's like, well, let me go ask her and see. So she comes in there and she looks through my hair. And she was like, even though it doesn't look like it needs to be detangled right now, we can't wash your hair because you have to wash and detangle it, and then we come behind you and wash it again. I said, what? I said, what do you mean I have to? Now, mind you, these people's $100+. So why would I wash and detangle my own hair when y'all finna wash and detangle it anyway? It's natural hair. When natural hair get wet, when you wash it, you have to go and detangle it out because it's natural. She said, yeah, because that's gonna take too many hours. Now, mind you, this lady ain't black. This lady like probably Dominican or something. She ain't black for sure. She ain't. I don't think she was Hispanic. Beautiful work on Instagram. I said, I've never heard of that before. I said, why would the client have to wash and detangle their hair and then you come directly behind them and wash and detangle it again? Because when you have braids, it makes the process, when you just had braids, it makes the process longer. Every beautician does that. I said, no, they don't. I said, ma'am, I've been getting my hair. I've been going to a beauty salon since I was 8 years old. Anytime I'm taking braids out of my hair, I said, now I can see if I ask you to take the braids down. That's different. Or if I came in here with braids still in here, that's different. I said, but if you're about, I said, why would I have washed my hair last night and detangled it, and you to come back the next day, less than 24 hours later, and wash my hair again? She said, that's the policy, we text you that. I said, no, you did not say you as the client. She said, what difference does it make if I put you or not? A huge difference. I'm so mad, y'all. And my braid appointment not till next week. I'm not good at silk pressing my own hair. That's why I pay people to do it. Do you know they sent me out the salon? So they want to do my hair. I'm trying to tell you, like, ma'am, I got stuff to do. I don't know nobody else that can do me a silk press real quick. It's Saturday past 5 p.m. She said, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you should have washed and detangled your hair first before we can even touch it. I'm so tired of these beauticians in Houston. Look at my head. Look at my head. Y'all do not go to Round Brush Salon in Katy, Texas.
Why she just sitting there?
Talking about every beautician do that, and if they don't, they charge extra. I said, ma'am, no, they don't. No, they don't. I've never heard of that. If you just took out some braids or some lines, you have to wash your own hair and detangle it. Now I'm gonna come behind you and redo it. I ain't never heard of that. And she told me they charge extra. Since when? Tell me, I've been doing hair for 25 years. I don't give how long you been doing hair. Ain't nobody ever did that before. I'm so mad. I don't like to be walking around my hair looking like this. Tell me something. We tell people this all the time, whether you decide to read it or just to plan on ignore it. I said, don't you think if you would have specifically said you as the client have to wash your hair first and detangle it first before we touch your hair, don't you think I would have did it? And if I would have did that, I would have told y'all just flat iron, because there's no point in y'all rewashing it, because I'm natural. You don't wash black people natural hair back to back in less than 24 hours. I'm just disgusted. I really wanted to cut up in their salon. Y'all don't understand. But it was other people in there ain't want to start them, and I'm already black. I ain't want to start nobody. I was the only black person in there. Everybody else was Hispanic, Dominican, whatever they was. I'm done. Bye, y'all. If you know anybody in Houston that can do some real sick presses and my hair ain't gonna blow up in an hour, please let me know who it is. Please tag them. Please send me their number, because I'm tired of this.
Oh my God. What I tell you, just watching her was hilarious. I wanted to speed through it, but her pauses had me dying, because, you know, you so mad, you got to sit there and really think about the whole situation all over again. But you know what? That's when wording and making sure that you have clear policies, and when you're communicating with your client, that it is clear. And if you're confused as a client, you need to make sure you're asking all the questions. But when did it start that if I go to a hairdresser, I need to come fully cleansed and prepared before you touch my hair? I've actually never heard of that. Well, I mean, now with the new people, but if I go to a hair salon, I just assume that, you know, I'm coming in, because, you know, we will come in with the hairstyle that we left with last week, and we still can keep that thing up, and we just dealt with the same hairstyle you gave me last week, and you're going to have to start all over again. So when did that start? But I can understand her frustration, and then to let her go instead of charging her maybe extra for the detangle or whatever. That's, yeah. All right, so we got another video, so let's get into it, y'all.
On here and do a video about how a black hairstylist is so unprofessional and done stood me up. I ain't even got the hey boo text.
So I had to stitch his video because I had such an unprofessional experience with Charles as well. So I went to get my hair done a couple years back. And I had an appointment for 8 a.m. I had somewhere to go that day. I arrived on time. And I'm just sitting outside this salon. I go in to like ask, hey, where's Charles? Nobody knows. And at this point, it's like 9:50, and he texts me saying, hey, boo, I just want to confirm your appointment today at the address. First of all, why are you confirming my appointment on the day of the appointment after the start of the appointment time? Like, that was crazy. So then he says, I say, yes, I'm outside. I've been waiting. And I confirm, like, am I at the right location? And he's like, okay, I'm on my way. Y'all, tell me why. My appointment was at 8. Tell me why he didn't tell me I could come in and get started on me till like 11. I got my hair done, but it's like I had something to do that day, and the only reason why I sat around and waited is because I needed my hair done. And I will say he does great work. I don't know how much he's charging these days, but back then I probably paid $300 for a wig install because I was just like, he's the best in the city. I need to be in his chair. But the unprofessionalism really just doesn't match the quality of the work. He has to do better. But these hairstylists, it's not just in Houston. I've been in smaller cities and the hairstylists are just out of control. Like, I don't know what it's going to take for them to realize that we are supporting them. They're not supporting us, but that's another topic for another day. Y'all know how that goes.
A lot of these TikTok stylists are so unprofessional, and I'm not talking about the stylists who record themselves doing somebody's whole head and do voiceovers over it. Like, I don't understand why. Just show us the finished product, okay? Just show us the finished product. If I go into your establishment and I see a big ring light and you're setting up your camera to record the whole service, keep the deposit. I don't even want to see you because it's getting unprofessional. I saw a video this morning, and this is not the first time I've seen a video like this. I don't know why a lot of stylists are starting to do this, but this person is doing their client's head and they're doing a voiceover, and her leave out was pretty bad, and he is just dogging out the leave out like, oh, this leave out is crunchy, this leave out like is dead, like her hair is dead, why would she bring her hair? And y'all be coming bringing y'all hair and y'all don't even give me no warning that y'all hair look like this. Like, why are you talking about your client like that? Why are you talking about your client like that? Like, that's a paying client. Why are you dogging her out on the internet? And if you're dogging her out in the video, of course the comments are going to be dogging her out. And I don't even care if it's like, oh, that's my friend, she don't care, we laughed about it. I would not even put my friend in a position to get dogged out on the internet about her hair. You ain't covering her face. I would never do that. Like, you're not a good friend, like, and you're not a good stylist. You should be professional, and you should the only thing you should be saying is, I got this head together. You should never be making fun of your client because of the condition of her hair. That's weird, and I see a lot of stylists on here doing that, and it's completely unprofessional. And I'm so glad I don't go to stylists like that. I'm so glad that I don't have to worry about the Haitian lady I go to ever posting. I done went to the hairstylist with the back of my head to my shoulders and a crown this long. I don't have to worry about being shamed and blasted on the internet. Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. And it's just like, do you want to be a stylist or do you want to be a content creator? Do you want to be a comedian? Let me know before I book.
I have to agree with her. And like I said again, if y'all hear the person, now let me get back into my video, because what is he doing? Anyway, that I don't understand either. As a nail tech that does content, I don't do as much content now with nails, but even when I did, if I had a client that I wanted to show the work, I would give them a discounted price, and they would know ahead of time that that's what we were going to do, because maybe it's something that's different that I want to share, or I have people that I specifically do for content. I don't know how I would feel about, and it's like a tricky little road when you're doing content, you're promoting your work. You do have to have content in order to promote your work. However, there is a thin line when you are a content creator / hairdresser, right? You have to be careful who you're doing that with, because as she said, if I went into a hair salon or wherever and you got a ring light up and you got your camera set up, I don't know that I'm going to finish the service. I'm not going to let you post me because I did not come camera ready. You know what I mean? And I don't know what you're going to post. It's been plenty of times where I've gone on the internet because my boys, they used to get their hair twisted here and there. You know what I mean? Even my husband, it's been plenty of times where I've been scrolling down, social media or whatever, and seeing my child on the internet, full face. You didn't ask me, could you post that? And that wasn't a part of the deal. Usually when my kids get their hair done, I'm not necessarily in the space. And, we have a shop. So, you know, and you feel funny about saying, can you take that down? Because I don't want my child's face blasted across the internet. So that to me is unprofessional when you have not set up clear guidelines. Now, if I book my appointment, you have in there that I do content, please be ready to whatever. That's up to me to decide to come or not, or to say, hey, I'm not with that, but I do like your service. Yeah, I ain't with the ring light and the taking a whole bunch of pictures and all kinds of things. My hands, not so much. Just make sure you lotion them. But my hair, my face, or whatever it is that you're doing the service on, I just think, that is kind of not only professional, but you're kind of stepping into my personal space. And everybody don't want to be on the internet. Everybody does not want to be on the internet because once on the internet, it's permanent, whether you delete it or not, because somebody just needs to screenshot or screen grab it, and that's it. So, yeah, I feel kind of there's a thin line with that. I think you have to set boundaries as a client, and you have to set you have to set up the client to be ready for that, or you have to have certain boundaries as a stylist. Because do you want to be a content creator, or do you want to be a hairstylist? And if you want to be both, you need to let everybody know this is what we're doing. And how they blasted Charles. I ain't forget about Charles. How they blasted Charles, child. They said 3 years ago Charles was charging $300 and being unprofessional. I don't know who Charles is, and honey, I hope that this has not disturbed your business at all. But anyway, let's get into the next video, y'all.
Really sad and disappointing that so many of us have so many stories, unprofessional experiences with these New York City hairstylists. Like, this is ridiculous. 5 to 7 girls on my For You page, been back to back to back, and everybody's talking about how they paid a lot of money for these girls to be doing some bullshit. It's whack, it's corny. We live in a clout industry. Nobody really wants to be professional. Pick and choose who they do good hair on. This is why a lot of us girls are going to YouTube University, paying for a class, learning how to do our own shit. We're tired of getting taken advantage of. I went to the Bronx to see a hairstylist. Personally know her, which is even more sad. She did not care. As soon as I get in the shop, it was hot as hell. I felt like I was in a boiler room. It was the summertime, and that's not really good for business. Got women that's getting their hair done, getting laid and slayed, and then they gonna sweat they shit out. She didn't even acknowledge me. Oh, like I thought we was cool. Some people be in a professional bag. This is her at work. I'm not gonna pay it no mind. I arrive early. I don't play with them late fees and stuff. I start looking at the clock, about 30 minutes late, and she's not even late because she's right here in front of me. The website was like, oh, that you charge for latenesses, but she does the ponytail. She just rushing. I think she might have took a meal break in between. The black wrapping paper. I had the black wrapping paper on my ponytail. Grinch. Alfalfa. Sitting there embarrassed, hot, waiting for who I thought was a sister of mine. But no, not at all. Is this like the culture of all New York City hairstylists? Because this behavior is too regular and has been happening for years and nobody says anything about it, but we tired of y'all. Y'all gonna have to square up and give us some refunds. We tired.
When you are a millennial or a zillennial or any generation prior, you know the black hair salon experience. And I'm never gonna get tired of talking about it because I hate how y'all have categorically destroyed a childhood experience, an adult experience. These girls these days don't know what it's like to get your hair done for picture day and to go into Faye hair salon and to be sitting down looking at the magazines from all the hair shows and smelling the Marcells and smelling the pink lotion. Y'all don't know what that's like, and that's so sad to me. There is yet another hairstylist horror story because y'all are so unprofessional. Another story is going viral because y'all are so unprofessional. Don't be licensed. And even when y'all do be licensed, y'all be insufferable. Most of the time, y'all not licensed. So legally, you cannot do anybody's hair for pay if you are not licensed. And that's another reason why I get so irritated about that 18-year-old girl dragging a child, literally dragging a child in the hair salon. Because first of all, that wasn't even a hair salon. I don't even know where that was. Y'all don't even be having, that's the thing, is y'all don't even be having hair salons no more. Where do y'all be operating at? You can't just walk up and get your hair pressed no more. You gotta book an appointment. I could have called Faye back in the day, be like, hey Faye, I'm coming in on Saturday to get my hair done for so and so. I'm coming in on Sunday and my pictures on Monday. And she would be, all right, y'all, I see y'all when y'all get here. You can't even do that no more, bro. And then to top it all off, y'all don't know how to take care of hair. That's why people hair be breaking off real bad all the time. And y'all just keep on getting your hair done, because they're not beauticians anymore. They are hairstylists. It's a difference. Before, it was synonymous. Today, it's not synonymous, because the beauticians / hairstylists from back in the day, the hairdressers, used to dress that hair. Okay? Now, they don't even know how to take care of hair because they can't legally do it. It's the customer service. Like, y'all think y'all can do, and people think after the panorama that everything done happened, and that's why customer service is crappy. The panorama was 5 years ago when it started. Y'all don't got no excuse for being so nasty to people, for having no customer service skills whatsoever. Y'all don't be people. Y'all don't be, how do you say that? People? I don't know how to say that, but you know what I'm trying to say. Y'all don't have any type of customer service. Y'all know how to put braids in, though. Y'all know how to glue on a wig, but y'all don't know how to talk to people. Y'all don't know how to do business. Y'all don't know how to compensate. Y'all don't know how to write adequate policies. Y'all have no customer service skills and be so unprofessional. Y'all think y'all can talk to anybody the way y'all want to talk to people. Y'all think y'all can do whatever it is y'all want to do. And because people be so desperate and don't have any other options, they still go and patronize y'all because they don't know how to do their own hair, or they don't have the time to do their own hair, or they're depressed and they can't do it. And that's completely understandable. But y'all rack up people's money based off of their vulnerabilities, and that's the problem. Because I promise you, nobody should be patronizing 99.8% of these hairstylists today. And the most heartbreaking part about it all is that we've done it to ourselves. It be black hairstylists degrading black clients. This is degradation. When you put stuff on your website treating people any old kind of way, that's degradation. And I don't care what nobody says. When I gotta pay you for half of the hair before I even get there. You can't wash my hair. You can't blow dry my hair. My hair thick and long. So you talk about I'm gonna charge you extra money because your hair is this and that. That's degrading. Because you would not do this to white people. These black beauticians would not do what they do to black women to white women. I guarantee you they won't. I guarantee you. But y'all know your audience is strictly black people, so you know you will get away with degrading your own people. But if you had a white subset of people, if it was white customers coming to you, I bet you your policies would look different. Because they got a whole bunch of people that could do their hair. So they don't need you. So you definitely will conform and change your policies to meet white people.
Whew, child, that's it. And that's all, y'all. But let me tell you what I have noticed. What I have noticed is New York, Atlanta, and Houston. Y'all, listen, what are y'all doing to y'all people? I used to do a series where I would go around and look at different places and do videos just based on that. I think I might get back into that. Y'all gotta let me know if y'all want me to do that again, because I really did enjoy that. But yeah, y'all, I mean, how did y'all feel about that? I'm telling you, the stylist, I don't agree with everything that the last person says, because, of course, my experiences with black salons, and through my research, I've seen that it's been everybody, every color, every situation where this happens as far as unprofessionalism. But I do find that as black stylists, they have found that, hey, I can do hair at my house. I don't have to be licensed. I don't have to have all the things. I'm good at what I do. I'm going to get me a booking site and y'all going to come get y'all hair done at my house. So it's almost like it is a hustle, like a hustle, like a scam. It's like the new scam. Do hair, take your deposit, or not do your hair, still take your deposit. No matter what I've done wrong, I'm still going to keep your deposit. So it's almost like it's a hustle, not a side hustle, but a hustle, like a scam. You know what I mean? So, you have to be careful with the stylists and things like that, because at the end of the day, they're about their money. They don't care about your service. They don't care whether you're going to come back. They don't care how you feel. They know that you're going to come back if, you like the hairstyle. And we got to stop doing that. We're going to have to hold our stylists to, a higher level of professionalism. I know personally, my daughter has braids, and I take her braids out every once. I braid her hair myself because I ain't got time. Like I said, I have to take her to get her hair braided, showed the style, asked the price, came back paying more, and not even getting the style. Having to take her hair out and redo it myself. And we own the salon that she's got her hair done at. We don't own the stylist because they pay rent, boot rent. But at the same time, you would expect that if I see you every day, that you're gonna do me right, right? But if you ain't gonna do me right, I know you ain't doing your clients fully right. But that's whatever, that's not me talking about the stylist or whatever, because I don't even know if she's still there. But anywho, all that to say that, like I was saying, my daughter has braids, and for a while, we take her braids out so that her hair can breathe, and may do like a little silk press. I want to take her to a place where they can wash her hair, take care of her hair, condition it, and all those things. But I don't know that exists anymore. I don't even know how to find that, because the stylists are charging extra if you have hair, healthy hair, because they don't know what to do with it. What is that? Like, what is that? I remember back in the day, the stylists wanted to take care of your hair, and their goal and their claim to fame was that they could take care of some hair, and their clients had all long, beautiful, flowy hair. Now it's who can slap a wig on the best, the baddest, and do some edges. But anywho, y'all, that's it. Like I said, and that's all. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, and sharing, and all the things that I know y'all gonna do. Make sure you subscribe. And until the next video, because listen, this video has, the rabbit hole has led me to another video. So what the lady was talking about at the end of the video has led me to another video, and that one that's gonna be a doozy. I was gonna try to do the reaction after here, but I got to sit down and kind of cut out some pieces out of it so I can actually sit down and do it. But yeah. Until next video, guys. Bye.